Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe, in different countries, in different continents, in different time zones, in different frameworks, in different health conditions, different wellness condition, and different, particularly economic condition. This coronavirus, this pandemic has given lots of challenges to us. Mental fatigue it has given, physical challenges it has given, and of course, besides environmental, spiritual, it has also given economic challenges to many. I spent almost 4 decades with the travel and tourism industry, hospitality industry. I was the first Indian Army officer to move on deputation to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Having traveled world over, my brothers and sisters have suffered maximum because tourism at present, I think it got the biggest blow. All the travel agents, tour operator, tourist transporter, tourist excursionist, anybody, whosoever is directly or indirectly, and tourism is connected in the ecosystem with everybody. So I wish and I pray we take care of each other the best possible way. At the same time, we have got new challenges, rebuilding. We were just talking off the cuff, before introducing this program with Mr. Srikanth and Dr. Suhas Rawji. And I got a message from Sri Radharamanan Panicker that he's on a way from Pune to Mumbai. He would also be with us. Let me flip through some slides. The basic aim and objective is how to keep everybody positive, how to keep everybody energetic, how to keep everybody going. Challenges is the name of life. Challenges will keep coming. Somebody has got less challenges, somebody has got more challenges. Somebody has got small challenges, somebody has got big challenges. Let me stop over here. It's our mental makeup and cerebrum shaking which challenge is small and which challenge is big. So let's shake up, wake up, and all of us, we move together. Let me move on the journey and take all of you together with us on board. And we go with today's education, educators, teachers, mental wellness, spiritual wellness, all the happiness, whatsoever we all can have. And the first person to join today on the WhatsApp, on the YouTube channel, is all the way from Manipur, Julie Subba ma'am. It's a pleasure to have her. And then, of course, right from Shillong, we have got Poonam Lingi ma'am. We have got Reshmu Pul. Reshmu Pul, she has also joined. Anamika Subba from Sikkim. Balkrishan ji from Pathankot. Yes, you have won one of the seat in Pathankot in Punjab. Okay. And Manipur, Julie Subba ma'am, you people have also declared your results. We have got Sakshi ma'am from Uttarakhand. So Sakshi results, your results have also come in Uttarakhand. And we have got Roshni Beham ma'am from Arunachal Pradesh. We have got Nang Wantina Chaupo. Good evening. I hope you are from Arunachal Pradesh. And then, of course, we have got other dignitaries, those have joined us, extending a very warm and a hearty welcome to each one of you. People, those are joining over here, I'll keep reading your names on the YouTube. In between, we'll have some prizes as well for you. Let me flip through some of the slides and take the journey forward. So let me just move on. International Chamber for Service Industry extends a very warm welcome. When the pandemic was declared on 25th of March 2020, doctors, nurses, paramedical people, they are great warriors. They tried their level best to save every soul. And when we got in touch with our Indian diaspora, because our chamber is deeply associated with all non-resident Indians abroad, 31.46 million, 131 countries. And when we learned from UNESCO, 1.65 billion children, they are away from schools, colleges, universities, institutions. Our chamber decided we can take on the vertical of education and skills and competencies and capabilities. And we took three buzzwords right from 25th March 2020, and that is making education relevant. You may have any interpretation whatsoever you feel like. One of the best, the interpretation what we can take, how education should go on, how do we reach the last mile, how do we reach the last child who has got connectivity issues, how do we reach the last child who is struggling in the rural areas, in the far-flung areas, in the border areas, how do we reach you? So whatsoever means, aim and objective is education should go on, which is stimulating, which is rewarding, which is happiness, which is fun, frolic, whatever you want to call. We are grateful to Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyal, the CEO of the Management and Entrepreneurship and Professional Skill Council, and his entire team of the MEPSC. They're doing a great job, and we are doing every Thursday a special program. Next week, we have got a program with them on Wednesday. Our chamber deals with the non-resident Indian, and we also take a vertical in the GDP because there are three segments. You've got agriculture, you've got manufacturing, and you've got services. So our chamber takes care of services sector. There are 54 different segments of services sector. We will talk to you one of these days. We are grateful to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. With them, we have taken 12 champion sectors. And when we talk about tourism, hospitality, airlines, media entertainment, radio, television, theater, music, films, animation, digital, augmented reality, virtual reality, happiness, whatsoever we want to talk about. Health sector is there, wellness sector is there, IT is there, ITES is there. At the same time, you've got environmental services also. And of course, you've got education and skills services as well, besides telecom and other services. Then from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, we moved on to Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise. For quite some time, we have been running around and we have been submitting paper after paper, action plan after action plan. Our efforts were services to be brought at par with the manufacturing sector. Grateful to Honorable Finance Minister of India on 13th of May 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, thick of the pandemic, she made an announcement that from today onward, services sector will be at par with the manufacturing sector. We're grateful to Ministry of Finance. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move ahead. Something very interesting. We have been reading earlier Golden Triangle of India, Delhi, Agra, Jaipur. But the new Golden Triangle is education, skills, and MSME, micro, small, and medium enterprise, Shiksha, Kaushalta, and Udmita. We are proud and we are very happy. It's a very stimulating moment to share with all of you. We brought India's first finishing school way back in 1994 of the service sector, where etiquettes, manners, gesture, body language, personality, communication, creativity, collaboration, curiosity, and of course, all with the help of music, dance, art, craft, humor, fun, happiness, passion, storytelling, and stimulation and nature-based learning. Being a part, 52,000 youth have gone with a complimentary education from the chamber, with 35,000 teachers being trained over the period. Those have got critical thinking, creative thinking, decision-making, out-of-the-box thinking, and value-based thinking. 25th March, complete lockdown, new journey, and we decided, teachers and youth, we are with you on this road. Country road, take me home. That's the way we talk about and we think about it. All of us, we moved together and we took on this particular journey, and teachers and youth till date, we are together because we all need mental wellness, physical wellness, environmental wellness, community wellness, economic wellness, and all that is possible when you have a peace of mind. So B2B is now back to basics, not business to business. For some time, you have to realize that. We are grateful to Honorable Prime Minister of India. On 29th of July, once again, in the thick of the pandemic, he gave the new education policy 2020. It's a game changer, ladies and gentlemen. When you will get through each leaf and each para, and when you'll read between the line, those 66 pages, you will come to know it's a mind-blowing, because India would be altogether different. And all the youth, those are watching this particular program, the young generation which is watching this particular program, you matter. You have got a great future. You have got a great tomorrow. You have to see the world. You have to serve the world. You have to travel the world, because population is aging world over. Those gaps are got to be filled by all of you. But please acquire and get the desired skills and competencies and capabilities before you move out of India. There are 37 sector skill councils. All of you should realize that these sector skill councils have got complimentary program, free program. It's called PMKVY, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. And these 37 sector skill councils, they are doing wonder. And MEPSC is one of the sector skill council. We are also coming up in a very big way with 100 programs with the media entertainment sector skill council, because everybody needs mental happiness. We are grateful to Dr. Nirmaljeet Singh Kalsiji, the chairperson of the NCVT, National Council for Vocational Education and Training, a great visionary, a great methodical person who has drawn the complete framework, NSDC, Sector Skill Council, Skill Universities, ITIs, Polytechnic, Vocationals, everything is in the fulcrum associated with the NCVT. We are so grateful to them. Our chamber, during the pandemic, we have moved from brick and mortar finishing school of 1994 to digital part, that's called E-Gurukul Inspirational Lab. And this has got all happiness all around. Music goes on. And we always strongly say why education should not be relevant to our day-to-day life. And we all should have a happy living. क्यों पढ़ा रहे हैं ज्यादा? वो सब चीजों की कहानियों की जरूरत नहीं है. Teach what is essential. Share what is essential. Learn, relearn, skill, upskill, reskill, and acquire those skills which are lifelong learning skills. And ladies and gentlemen, Napoleon Hill, how can I forget him? He wrote something fantastic. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Start conceiving ideas. Start believing in yourself, and you matter. You can achieve anything. I'm grateful. Recently, on 4th of March, we had a mental marathon. We had shaking up of the mental system. And there we got the CBSE director, along with the Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. With that, almost 75 international speakers from the world over, they had come with us, and everybody told how to get mental happiness. 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 8 hours long, non-stop program with entertainment, entertainment, and entertainment. Not that movie I'm talking about. Tomorrow, like every day, we have got a program for you at 8 p.m. Tomorrow, you're going to get 2 of the ladies out of us. Those are interested to become counselors. You want to go abroad. You want to become teacher. You want to become trainer. You want to become master trainer. Tomorrow we are, because every Friday, earlier we used to call it women empowerment. But one fine day, one woman, she had come. She told, we don't need woman empowerment or women empowerment. We want, you should reinstate our rights, what we have got. And we realized she was right. So we have recoined English is a beautiful language. You can always change it. So we got it, reinstating women rights webinar series, making education and skills relevant. Tomorrow we are going to talk about lesson planning, storytelling, and something very interesting with two ladies. They'll be joining us from Chennai. Do join us on 20th March as well, 2 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 7 hours. We are going to have water management through education ecosystem. Do you want to go abroad free of cost? Do you want to go via student exchange program, faculty exchange program? You want to go for 2-week scholarship? It is possible. Everything is possible. You've got to realize how to package yourself. And then thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, you need happiness. 13th to 17th of April, Chandigarh will be hosting first North India Film Tourism Festival. We have already submitted the proposal to Advisor Chandigarh Administration, and we are moving in that direction. This is your YouTube channel. Every evening, 8 p.m., we get log on together, and till date, during this entire pandemic, from 25th of March 2020, not a single day break. We have come a long way. We have been doing 2 webinars, 3 webinars, 4 webinars. Sometimes we have done 5 webinars per day. 1,483 webinars got completed with the chamber. This is your webinar. Go on the YouTube, learn and relearn, and try and pick up whatever is coming free of cost. So do join us every day, and let's pick up from each other. Subscribe it, like it, so that you get the intimation well in advance, which is the program. Join me in extending a very warm welcome this morning, all the way from Canada, United States, Latin America, this afternoon from the entire European Union and UK, and of course, early evening from Central Asia and Middle East, and of course, late evening. That's another phrase you can use, 18 minutes past 8 o'clock from Bharat and surrounding the neighboring countries, beautiful South Asia. So ladies and gentlemen, join me in extending a very hearty welcome, a very warm welcome to Dr. Suhas Rao, Mr. Srikanth, Kalyanasundaram, and Mr. Radharamanan Panicker. They are joining us. It's a pleasure to have them. It's a treat to have them. Evening is yours. Morning is yours. Afternoon is yours. World is yours. Enjoy yourself. Life is happiness. Life is unpredictable. Life is short. Coming from the armed forces at the age of 72, when I'm sitting and talking to all of us together, I believe in only one thing. This moment matters because we are together. And that's why let's share the wisdom, let's share the vision, and let's take the journey forward. And I'm so very happy Mr. Panicker, who was traveling from Pune to Mumbai, he has also joined. We will start the evening with any one of them. I've got a golden triangle. It's a pleasure to have all of them. And anybody can take on and introduce yourself, 6 to 7 minutes, share your vision, and then we will have a second round depending on what questions are coming. Meanwhile, I would request all the participants, those who have joined on the YouTube, keep posting, keep sharing your views so that we can learn from each other. And do you know, I'm the most humble student. I learn every day. I've got more than 12,000 speakers so far. And the amount of knowledge which I have gained and the amount of what all I have picked up from them, I will share the secret afterwards. Let's go with them now. Dr. Suhas Rao, let's start. You got to unmute your mic.
Good evening to all of you. I'm Dr. Suhas Rao. I've been in the service industry for almost 3.5 decades. I've been teaching, training. I was with Air India, hotels, and did a lot of things. Now, COVID has been very, very beneficial for me. I've been into the ILT and VILT mode, that is the instructor learning mode and the virtual instructor learning mode. So both these modes, doing a lot of workshops, doing a lot of seminars, doing a lot of Zoom-based sessions. And imagine friends, developing friends across 7 continents and 19 countries. Of course, very much humbled and very small in front of Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji. With this, I would request the permission of Dr. Sharma ji and my august colleagues Srikanth ji and Radharamanan ji to permit me to share the screen so that I can show a small slide deck. Thank you so much. Give me a minute to start this, please. It's got a bit of musical also in that.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. When you tell about Air India, I remember my friend, late friend, Deveshwar, Yogi Deveshwar, when he was the chairman, we were together working that point of time. Please go ahead.
Yes. The topic is creating traction through reskilling. My heartfelt acknowledgements to ICSI and MEPSC for this wonderful movement of coming together. We are here to make a difference. I'm so glad to see you across geographies, across countries, across different time zones. It's going to be wonderful connecting with you. Our workforce, we need to remember the topic is reskilling. We need to understand we have got a very vibrant and agile young workforce which is growing very rapidly. The world is going to have a lot of Indians who are going to conquer or be in different positions all across. 250 million people will enter the labor market by the year 2025. With globalization, innovation, and digitalization driving global competition and consumer expectations, goods and services will have to constantly evolve and remain relevant, as well as the skills which you need to deliver them. So what we can and what we should do as educators. So a few pointers for students and educators, teachers, trainers, facilitators. The first thing is we need to understand our customers. They have become very complex, very experienced, very demanding, a lot of expectations coming in from them. Next is to sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw means we have a lot of skills which are becoming redundant. We need to sharpen the saw in terms of the product, in terms of the services, in terms of the knowledge, in terms of the abilities, in terms of everything what the world is out to offer. We need to grasp that and keep sharpening the saw. The third one is we need to be resilient to accept a change. We need to constantly be in a position like a shock absorber to accept change. Yes, dil mange more mai dunga abhi jaldi. I will accept, I will change, I will foster, I will nourish. We need to constantly polish people's skills. Listening, talking, reacting, emoting, whatsoever. So we need to continuously polish because people are going to be there. Even though it's going to be tech, it's going to be tech and touch. We need to collaborate with our demanding stakeholders, whatsoever they are, private sector, public sector, government, students, competitors, you name it. The most important is encouraging of the DIE. Now, what is DIE? DIE is picking up a lot of steam in India. It's still picking up, but abroad it's already picked up. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, accepting gender mainstreaming, accepting different levels, different diversities, different complexities, irrespective of race, religion, color, at all levels. We are all one. We talk only one language. That's being grateful to each other, that's having gratitude towards each other, that's being kind to each other. And of course, we need to redefine our business operations whatsoever. The last but not the least is learning to be cognizant, to understand, to comprehend, to know better. So with this, we'll move on to redefining of vocational skills, where we speak about interest or trade or job related tasks. We need to offer to our students something related to their interest, something related to the trade, something related to the job. More of practicals, less of theory, learning through hands-on experience, desirable competencies in the workplace, understanding and managing customer. Customer is God. Effectively communicate with all people, effectively collaborating with all people, positive working relationship with all employees. You will be surprised. HR is still wondering what other group of employees. We have casual employees, we have gig employees, we have permanent employees, tenured employees, project related employees. I mean, it's so complex. Having a professional appearance and poise by saying, yes, I can do it. Yes, we can do it. Accelerate to positive customer relationships so that we keep going ahead and motivate employees to achieve the desired performance at all times with due reference and due reverence. Respect to Ram Charanji, who's the CEO coach for multiple organizations across the world. These are very relevant points for reskilling. Future forward. We need to be future forward. Then we need to accept the disruption. We need to embrace digital. Change is the norm. We are going to accept it. People before strategy. We need to understand tech comes in later, strategy comes in later. You and me, we as people come in first. Point of action, data points, validations need to be done. Looking within and elevating ourselves, very important. We'll be finishing up this presentation with 1 or 2 slides more. So quick fix tips for educators. Write material. Let's have chunks and bits for getting the bigger picture to put the context right. Let's have offerings which are digestible to the trainer. They need to understand pictures, music, songs, art for easy understanding. Linkages with training and learners. Build up and buy-in. Existing knowledge needs to be supported. Quick fix tips for the educators. Positive instructions, right language, easy to comprehend, easy to follow. Offering of feedback, praising and encouraging continuously, telling the learners how they are faring, reinforcing, allow to practice, develop learning and comprehending. My sincere and heartfelt gratitude to the International Chamber for Service Industry and the Management and Entrepreneurship and Professional Skill Council. My special thanks for this wonderful opportunity to Honorable Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, the greatest motivator of all times, the distinguished Apex team members of ICSI and MEPSC, and all our wonderful participants. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
With this, I take the privilege of thanking you all and stopping the sharing.
Wonderful, wonderful. What a beautiful beginning. I think nothing could have been more scintillating and captivating. I won't use a word intoxicating because people will take it otherwise. I don't want to use that word. But I'm so gaga. I'm so very happy. And music, see, how does it make a difference? And all the time, I keep telling my friends, why don't we bring music in our education ecosystem? Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is a question which I asked other day. I am asking again. Anybody who posts the correct answer first, you get 1,000 rupees cash award from the chamber.
Wow.
There is a South Indian gentleman whose grandfather was a part of making Constitution of India with Ambedkar ji. And he is in United States, very distinguished NRI. And he says, why humor is not a part of education? Why humor is not a part of education? Please post the name of that person on the YouTube, the program which is going on. And my Dr. Suhas is out of competition because he is not going to participate. And Mr. Srikanth and Panicker ji, we are not the part of competition. And we will allow the teachers, the educators, the trainers, the potential people, anybody who posts the answer correctly, you get 1,000 rupees. कौन बनेगा करोड़पति का पहला सवाल भी तो 1,000 रुपए से शुरू होता है. So we will start it that way. With these words, let me move to Mr. Srikanth, because I presume that Panicker ji is still on the road journey from Pune to Mumbai. Let him have an easy breath and then I will have him. May I?
Major Sahab, I'm here. Major Sahab, I'm here.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Because I want to take a coffee from you. I can see a beautiful board at the back where it is written coffee. I don't know. The first word I'm missing, fine coffee, I can read. So let me go to HR, human resource, Mr. Srikanth, with a request to Dr. Suhas Rao. When we complete this program today, when we finish this program today, you will play that music once again with which we started. That is my request to you, because music brings a lot of happiness. So anybody can play music out of three of us, any music, which should bring more energy, synergy, and togetherness. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, let me get in Mr. Srikanth, Kalyanasundaram ji.
Thank you, Dr. Major Gulshan and ICSI and MEPSC for inviting me for this. I'm feeling great honor to share my experiences. As Dr. Major said, human resource. For me, instead of resource, we have to change the resource with human potential. This is the one message at start of this program I wish to pass on across the globe. Very good evening, very good morning, very good afternoon, my gentlemen, my friends across the globe. This is Srikanth Kalyanasundaram, having 32 years of versatile experience working for a company called John Cockerill. I'm very proud to say this organization having the history of 200 years of existence in the market today. I'm basically an engineer, more from engineering background to a human resource background. Today, I'm going to share some few slides, Dr. Major Gulshan, with your permission.
All yours, all yours.
Are you able to?
Yes, yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So this is me. I always serve to the society. Thank you, MEPSC and ICSI, for giving me an opportunity. Thank you, my friend, Dr. Suhas, Dr. Panicker. Here I am what I can say, happy to care what is giving back to society. In terms of education, in terms of industry, in terms of management institutions. So I always believe in 3C. Choices, chances, and changes. Choices, when you have a choice, there is a chance for a change to make for every individual in this world. Every moment in the life is a choice. Every moment in the life is a chance. And every moment in the life has a change. You need to bring change every minute, every hour, every day, every month, every year. That is one message I wish to pass on. So this is my baby, happy to care. It's the small startup I have not yet launched. So today I'm happy to share this launch with you. Happy to care, always caring for the people, caring for the society, caring for the educators, caring for the, what I can say, the below poverty line people. So my basic part of my life is giving back to the community. What I learned, so much of experience from the industry, that is where today I am. Welcome to the world of future. I basically work with the campus to corporate. There was a huge gap what is expected from the corporate, from the institutions, what as a campus placements, what is the skill sets, what is basically required for the young minds or the future leaders, what industry is expected out of it. Today, there is a huge shift of digital transformation because of this pandemic. So many things are not happening physically. Earlier, it used to happen, the physical training, soft skills training. So here, what my observation is, when any training has happened on a soft skill within the campus, it is very important how effectiveness the training has been done post the training. Sharing one example, 20 years back, I was in a training of a topic called Know Your English. This is the basic and the advanced course of Know Your English. When the trainer was put me on the experiential learning of this Know Your English language, post the training, the trainer came to the workplace. He has observed how I am going to talk in English. What are the mistakes I am doing? So these are the corrections one has to look upon. Once the training is over, the implementation part is very, very important. So what is called the real-time feedback, real-time experiential learning. So this is how actual soft skills will improve upon for the campus. Last week, I was talking to one of the educator. So there is a huge gap for the communication skill. How we can improve that? Then I said, it's simple public speaking. Our students have 10 minutes of time reading one headline per class, one headline. You will come to know the level of confidence, come to know the level of communication, the level of actual speaking, public speaking skills. Because when the students face the corporate, they become nervous. We have to put them on the job, actual real-time experience. So this is very, very important in today's soft skills, the 5 soft skills, the problem solving, the communication skills, adaptability skills, which organization is today currently looking at, interpersonal skills, because last 2 years, everything was virtual. We cannot measure the interpersonal skills. When we are physically today, that interpersonal skills matters. People don't mingle. We need to bring that part in the students or the engineers or the management students. Sometimes they have the fear, what is called FOMO, fear of missing out, which is very, very important. We need to bring them out so that they will have a high confidential level of talking to the corporates. They can present very well. So this is the future. Welcome to the future now. You have to be very inclusive, right? My friend Dr. Suhas also already explained about, we have to be inclusive, whether it may be educator, it may be a corporate or the institutions. Once we are inclusive, we are going to have a connection, fostering connection between each. Without that connect, nothing will happen. Not only connection, how we are going to collaborate. Yes, because campus to corporate is all about collaboration. It's all about connection. Today we are in the digital world. How we are going to collaborate digitally? Are we ready enough to do that digital connection today? This we need to focus on. First, we have to be a good listener as a human potential. We have to learn. We have to respond. When these things happen and we focus on these 3 things, automatically the skills, the competencies, knowledge, learning, the ability, the growth, whatever it is, everything will happen. This is very, very important when we focus on these three things. This is very, 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 very important. I call this as growth. One is G for goal, R for reality, W for will, T for tactics, H for habits. When there is have a goal, we need to have what is real in this world today. We have many options. If we have many options, we need to have the willingness to accept, willingness to learn, willingness to adopt, willingness to give feedback, and the way of tactics or the approach one has to do based on the situation. Without this tactics, habits will not happen. How the habits? If you see here, is a small pond growing a small plant with a habitual behavior. It has grown. We put the root, all the water required for the plant to grow, and because of that regular habit what we practice, it has become very greenery and it is very good for atmosphere which you are creating in and around you. Dr. Major spoke about happiness. I'm being an happiness coach. Every day, how you find your own happiness? Because in the world of pandemic, people have very tensed, have a fear. People don't talk much. So one has to create or stop judging yourself. You create a habit. You have to detox every day. How you are going to detox? It's I. Happiness starts with I. The detox starts with I. I means I. If everyone in the world is I. You have to have energy to bring happiness in you. You cannot give happiness to others. You have to create happiness for you. You have to create happiness surrounding you. When you create that type of energy, the positive mood creates. When the positive mood creates, love and gratitude happens. But you have to stop being uptight. You have to be like loose like this. Wow, 1 second, I want to do everyone looking at this or in this live, just sit relaxed. With your permission, Dr. Major, I am doing this activity. Just relax, straighten your back. The shoulder is relaxed. Just do 2 hands like this, fast. You see the sense of stress reliever, sense of happiness in you. Just concentrate on your hand. You see that the body is loosened. Your eyes is concentrating. So this is how one has to love for yourself. It's a gratitude. Mantra is help one person every day. My mantra is help one person every day. You ask yourself, did you smile today? Did you smile today? This brings happiness in yourself. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Major. Thank you, ICSI and MEPSC.
Thank you, Mr. Srikanth. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can just close your presentation so that we can come to Mr. Panicker. Yes, we can change the We can change the mode. Take your time, take your time. So ladies and gentlemen, gratitudes and thanks to our friend, Mr. Srikanth. And Srikanth used to be the opening batsman, if you remember, the people those enjoy cricket. Sometimes he was the opening batsman. And now we require a few more runs to win this match. And we have got Radharamanan Panicker ji, who had been very kind. And the best part was, while I was flipping through my mobile phone, I got a message at that point of time. I'm traveling by road from Pune to Mumbai. So bear with me, I may be 10-15 minutes late. But I was so very happy the moment we started the program. He was very much there. And now at the back, something is coming. I want to know what is the coffee part. I want to read that. I want to read that. we request you to kindly share your vision, Panicker ji.
Thank you, Major Sharmaji, for having me over here. Thank you, MEPSC, for giving the opportunity. After a very energetic musical opening by Suhas Rao and creating too much of energy here, I will sort of bring the energy level a little down. I don't have a presentation, so I will share few of my thoughts because I have been on the road, virtually speaking, for last 2-3 weeks on training. And by the time I've reached here, sitting in the coffee shop, my voice, I don't know how it sounds across the aisle. So thank you, participants over here from all over the world. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm happy to be here. And after a wonderful opening batting by Suhas Rao and a support batting by Srikanth, both of my colleagues from ICSI, I'm happy to share my experience and see whether you can gain something out of it. I've been 35 years in the industry, all throughout in the service industry, having worked in only 3 companies in an era where people were jumping companies left, right, and center after 3-4 years. I stayed put in all the companies. So I reached all the levels of management with 19 years spent at top management. I was lucky enough to be able to give an opportunity to do a startup company when startup was not even a buzzword anywhere. So 1995, I did my startup in Mumbai for Cockerill. And since then, I have been, after 19 years, I gave up everything to start my own logistics business. And if I tell you, you will think I'm a very dangerous man. I deal in the transportation and logistics of dangerous goods. And I also train people how to efficiently and safely transport them because it's regulatory requirement to have training for people. And that's what I've been doing in the last 5-6 years. But my training is not of recent origin. I've been training since last 30 years. Training was like a passion for me. And it evolved when I was posted in Calcutta with a courier company as a branch manager there. And I went there and realized how low motivated people were. Didn't have any basic knowledge. So I took a chalk and a blackboard and started my first training program. Impressed with that, my management said, okay, what do you want? I said, I want an investment of a projector. You know, those days where transfers were written down and you put it on the transfer machine and then it gets projected. So that's how I started my training. And I've continued doing it because I felt one of the important things is people, when they come to the job, they may have a degree, they may have an education, but they don't necessarily have the necessary skill. Now, do we need skill? Again, in today's world, skill is no longer enough. You need to be competent, which is nothing but knowledge into ability to do something, okay, with a commitment and absolute focus, with an interest. So I realized long time back that skill, one, is acquired because I have self-interest in wanting to become better than the other person. The other is a forced skilling done by the organization. I leave it to your judgment, which is a better one. But from my experience, I can say that unless and until you find the people interested in wanting to upgrade themselves, whatever effort or investment we put on them, they are just taking that investment. They're attending training programs as if it's a paid vacation from the organization. And it is towards this, and when in my startup company, what I did was I asked the people to pay 50% of all the cost which goes in upgrading and scaling them. And believe me, the type of response I got was unbelievable. They became so good, they became the beacon of efficiency and service standard in an industry at the airport where unionism and not doing the job was considered as a birthright. Now that gave me an idea. Now I was looking at it, and all these years I have been interviewing a lot of people because my job involved interviewing people right from the blue collar level to top management people. One of the things I realized, I told you earlier, that they have education, but they just don't know what they are expected to do. And we ask them even questions about the subject they've learned, they hardly know anything. I mean, basic thing. The thing is that while we do educate ourselves in college and schools or wherever they go to manage an institute, what we don't realize is there is a world out there that we need to know about. And unfortunately, our culture is such that it focuses too much on making our children doctors and engineers. We don't skill them to become truck drivers, technicians, beauticians. There are a whole lot of opportunities there. And what happens is those who don't get the opportunity to become doctors and engineers, they feel their life is wasted. They are not developing the habit of work culture at the school level itself. And therefore, the time has come to think, do we need educators or do we need trainers? The job of educators, as I see it, correct me if I'm wrong, is to educate, pass knowledge. The job of trainers is to motivate people to change their behavior. So what we need, as Srikanth and even Rao was talking about, that there is a need to collaborate between these two extremes. Okay, teachers need to become trainers and trainers need to become educators. And one of the best ways to really acquire the skills of a trainer is the MEPSC platform, where they build up a beautiful system defined as to how a trainer should be. Okay, and I myself been through that, and I realized I've never seen a better developed program than what they have done for trainers. The certified trainers program, even educators, and I think it's not, many times I feel the educators say, okay, I have done my B.Ed, so I don't need to be trained, or I have done my postgraduate, if I don't need to train. But when you get into the classroom, question that we ask, Suhas asked is, who is our customer? Yeah? We never think the student is our customer. Actually, the student is our customer. If you do not sell knowledge to them that they are keen to acquire, then you have not done your job as a teacher. You've not done your job as a trainer. And I have this very interesting conversation with my wife all the time because I'm a trainer. And when she goes and she starts teaching like a teacher, and I tell her, you're teaching like a teacher, and she tells me, you teach like a trainer, so you think you know everything, and you teach them. I realized during this interaction that yes, there needs to be a middle ground. Ultimately, we have to understand what are we really doing? Are we there to just parrot out what is there in our mind? We have done some mistake, and many times I also see, unfortunately, educators who come prepared for doing something, okay, and in the class something happens. They're not able to amend or modify according to the needs. They're stuck because they did not prepare for that. So you have to prepare for situations which you cannot think about at that point in time. And that will happen when you start thinking not as an educator, but as a trainer. I want to modify the behavior of the people that I am trying to deal with. And that is when the educators can become best trainers, and trainers can become a real good educators, because we need both. Trainers think that, okay, because today training is a subject where, you pick up a suitcase, take out a card and say, I'm a trainer, and I will start giving some lectures and some programs and say, okay, let it go. But look at this very seriously. How many people coming to training program are interested at the end of the program? What have they learned that they can go and apply to bring about innovation, bring about cost reduction, efficiency improvement? The answer is no to all of this. Then whatever qualification we have as a trainer, or whatever big lecture we give in the training class, is zero. So lastly, I think every person, whether they're trainers or they're educators, you have to keep your mind open to learn new things. At this age of 62, I still learn, engage myself, or continuously upgrading my knowledge, my skill set. If I see, okay, there's something that I don't know, I go and pick it up. Not because I want to show up, it's just because I want to know what it is. Because the world is changing, and changing so rapidly. I'm talking of my own industry, logistics. 10 years back, we were all very happy, all manual job. Then started automation, and COVID accelerated the whole adoption of automatic robotics, AI skills, you name it. Automation is the buzzword in the logistics industry. If you don't know nothing about automation, what it can do for you, then you are redundant. You cannot blame anybody but yourself for being redundant. Many times we say, oh, we lost a job, this stupid employer took away my job. But what the stupid employer to keep you engaged? Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Sharma.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful to have you with us. Thank you very much. Biologically, I'm moving 10 years ahead of you, and I learn every day. I learn every day. And initially, when you started something very interesting, that, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to share any presentation. That time, I remembered one of my mentors when I teach for 2 months in America. He came one day, and when he was about to start, the person came to him and he asked, excuse me, sir, can I have your pen drive? He says, what for? He says, sir, just to load your presentation. He says, I am presentation, load me, load me.
I'd like to share a very interesting anecdote. Okay. Some years back, I had joined a Tata management, global management program in Pune. And they said the professors are going to come from UK, France, and all those big names. So, you create an image in your mind. They will be like this, they will be like that. And in walks a guy with half the shirt button open. Okay, they were not even buttoned properly. He didn't have his shoes. He was wearing slippers. And then he says, okay, guys, let's get started. Let me say, this guy is going to teach us. Can't believe we management students, senior guys. And he started with his pen, with a transcript, and started off, and not a drop of word from anybody. They're just looking very, what this guy is doing. This guy was too good. So we always make perception about how
we know Mr. Panicker is very good. We know that. No. Lovely. So what I wanted to bring home is your presentation, because it's you. That presentation doesn't matter. It's Mr. Panicker who matters. Thank you. Thank you very much for bringing in. And now you must enjoy your coffee. And I'm trying my still level best to read that name on the top.
Read that. You got it? You got it?
Yeah.
You can read it? Yeah.
It's a heritage. Heritage. Some light is going on that with fine coffee.
Anonymous
Coffee shop, yes.
Okay, great.
So you have to have filter coffee.
Thank you, filter coffee, great. So I'll have a reverse order. I'll go to Mr. Srikanth now, and then I go to Suhas, because I'll finish with the music, the band. That would be much better. Let's go to Srikanth. A minute is given to you now as a winding up round, and then we go to Mr. Suhas.
So, well, what is the anecdote I need to tell to the viewers over here is life as a choice, chances and changes. Please follow this. The life will be beautiful. Life will be gratitude. Give back to the society. Help one person every day, either in education, community, whatever may be. Follow these 4 points. Life will be one of the beautiful places in the world.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Srikanth. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I go to Dr. Suhas and close today's session, I just wish to show you quickly the correct answer, because I tried my level best, but I must share the knowledge with all of you. It is basically, I'll just play it for you so that you get it, and it will come in 5 seconds for you. The correct answer. You have to understand, you would say,
did not, invest to start.
Yeah, discourages creativity.
He is the person.
I've long maintained, for example, in schools and colleges, they should emphasize poetry and prose. Prose you learn on the fly. I mean, you learn it.
Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Professor V. Ramachandran. He's the neuroscientist. He's in United States, and his statement is why humor is not integral part of education. Why don't we bring humor in education? Anyway, I just wanted to give you the clue. So the correct answer is V. Ramachandran. Roshni Biham ma'am, you tried your level best, but I'm sorry. The correct answer is Professor V. Ramachandran. And with these words, ladies and gentlemen, before we close the session today, let's go to Dr. Suhas Rao. And 2 things very important, which all my brothers and sisters remember. One of my mentors, because when I teach for 2 months abroad, whatever money I get over there, I spend on my own learning and relearning and skilling and reskilling myself. One of the person he told, when you go for the morning walk with someone, either you adjust to somebody's pace or somebody adjusts to your pace. Whose pace have you adjusted to? That is something very important we have to remember. And secondly, from today, what Srikanth was telling, you got to remember 24 hours are same for everybody in this universe. God had been kind to give same time. Whether you are sitting in Canada, you are sitting in United States, you are sitting at the coffee shop with Mr. Panicker, right from Pune to Mumbai, or you're sitting with Srikanth or with Suhas, with anybody, wherever you are, God has given 24 hours together. It is up to us how do we make optimum use of that. Carry another principle in your life, only OQP. Now you would say, what is that? Only quality people. Only quality people. Another mentor says, if you are a part of the group and there are 8 people in that group, 6 people in that group, and you are the best in that group, change that group because you have to upskill yourself. With these words, before we come to the closing today, let's enjoy the music with the band with Dr. Suhas Rao once again. I really enjoyed. I was very fresh after listening to that music. And I'm pretty sure all the participants from world over, if you enjoy music, do write on the YouTube channel that music should be integral part of education or not? Why not music should be the integral part of education ecosystem? Yes or no? Post your comment and let's see who writes first. With these words, let's go to Dr. Suhas Rao. My deep gratitude and thanks to all three of them for having come and having spared their valuable time and being a part of this particular deliberation. Dr. Suhas Rao.
Thank you so much. I'll just put in 2 words. You live life just once. Make the best use of it. Do not worry. Be happy. And for you all, especially, I have a guitar, but sorry, I don't have much of time to play. Thank you so much and God bless. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Or jate jate, because I'm a Fauji and I'm a soldier, I would say, देश से है प्यार तो हर पल ये कहना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए, सिलसिला ये बाद मेरे यूं ही चलना चाहिए, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए. That is something beautiful which we all have to enjoy. Thank you very much. Our deepest gratitudes and thanks to all three of you. Stay fit, stay fine. And it's a green morning, green afternoon, green evening, world over.